Today's video comes from a good friend of the show, Asmongold. All right, our favorite Negromancer, our favorite soda drinking, room smelly,
no shower taking,
booty cheeks reviewing, World of Warcraft player.
I guess I can probably just like say, I kind of don't want to hide it a whole lot. Is like, so I've been having problems. Like I remember the day that I ended my stream early. So I went to the emergency room that day, and because I felt like uncomfortable, like a discomfort in my chest. And so they did an EKG on me, and like they did all this stuff, and they said that I was okay, but my blood pressure was very high
because of all the salt in that beef jerky.
What did he eat? He was eating beef jerky and soda. That was his diet. And what did you say?
Yo, it's fucking first must be ranked, man. Just straight.
I don't care how old I get. For some reason, I feel like I'm gonna be an old geezer, and fart noise is gonna make me laugh. All right,
those juicy ones.
All right,
it's those juicy beef jerky and Monster. Yo, that shit is dank, my G.
All right, yeah. But wait, are you trying to say he's unhealthy? You're trying to say he's unhealthy?
Yeah.
but he's skinny.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. I've seen some skinny people. Crackheads.
You say he a crackhead?
Oh yeah, he's a game crackhead, but still a crackhead.
Got you.
He has the diet of one.
You don't? Do you ever see him try salad?
No. You fucking toddler. You animal chicken nugget eater.
I don't know what that even means.
Like kids, they have chicken nuggets in the shape of animals sometimes. But he has a diet of a toddler. I want mac and cheese. I want...
and his parents confirmed.
I want curly fries.
Yeah.
I want hot dogs.
His parents confirmed that he's never ate a salad his whole life. Since he was a kid,
It was like, because I've actually been like, I've had very bad stress problems a lot. Like the point, and like my policy is that, what do I do when I'm scared? What do I do when I'm anxious? What do I do when anything I'm upset, I'm sad? It's very simple. I fucking ignore it and I keep going no matter what. But I was worried that it was that it's killing me, and I'm concerned that it might be. And so I've had to dial back a lot of the stress. And so I've had to deal with this, and like my blood pressure was in like the 170.
How high is that? What's high? I don't know. So you teach me.
It's systolic, and diastolic is supposed to be like someone normal would be like 80 over 120.
Okay.
170. Not good.
Do you know what you're at risk for? Like,
oh, you're at risk for like aneurysm, like that's when your blood vessels, they just burst in your head.
Okay.
The high blood pressure, they call it a silent killer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Basically, high blood pressure is that it says it itself. Your pressure in your blood, in your veins and arteries and everything is too high. Think about it like you have a hose. And the pressure is too high. You can't plug a garden hose on a city fire hydrant because the pressure is too high. You're gonna burst that
hose.
You're gonna burst that hose.
Man, that is a good metaphor.
And then so that's what happens. So you have the pressure of a fire hydrant, but you have the blood vessels of a garden hose. So your shit might rupture anytime. So the pump that's pumping all that blood in your body, which is the heart, it's hard for your heart to contain all that pressure. So that could be a problem with your heart. It could create heart problems. It create vessel problems. It create headaches and stuff like that. When you have headaches, it's because it's too... all the blood is so tight in your veins and stuff like that. So that there's a lot of... you're at risk of a lot of things.
It was really, really bad because of how stressed out I've been. And so that's why I haven't been streaming as much for like a number of days. 1 day, 7 days. So I just had a nosebleed. And so I thought to myself, oh my God, because that's an indicator of a stroke or like a heart attack. And so that's why I went downstairs to take my blood pressure in to make sure that I was okay. And I checked my nose and I found it was actually, I was just picking at my nose the wrong way. And it seems like I'm the wrong way. And it seems like I'm...
Yeah, c'est un cochon. C'est un cochon marron.
Ok.
Cochon malade, va.
Ok.
Et c'est pas la haute pression. Je fouille dans mon narine et de la mauvaise façon. Coupe ton ongle. T'es fucked up, G. T'es un bon fucked up, toi.
Ok.
Cochon sale, salope, va-et-paille, va-nu-pied, chien d'homme. Oh, je ne fouillais pas dans mon nez de la... Va y chercher son mouchoir, bah, un foot.
Don't translate that last part where he was kind of going crazy.
So that's the reason why. And I've been exercising every day now. And I've changed what I was eating too already. And I'm probably going to have to schedule an appointment with my doctor about this to make sure that I'm okay. Because it was really weird that I had like that feeling. That's heart attack level? Yeah, it is. But I just checked it. It's not anywhere near that. It's like 135, which is like, that's not great, but it's not also, you know, like worrisome. Right, 135 is still high. Panic attack, yeah, cardio will help for this. Yeah, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And so that's the reason actually why I've been doing shorter streams. I don't really want to talk about it a lot. I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff because it just, I think it invites a lot of like parasocial stuff. But, you know, since I've had to end stream early a few days and like it's still fucking with my head. Like oh God. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and so that's really it. You start eating healthier, it's catching up to you, bro. I think it's honestly stress more than anything else. Like, it's really just stress.
All right. Well,
No, and this is where you have to talk about it on stream, okay? And there's a very particular reason. I don't think you've been endorsing it or trying to tell the people to do it, but you've been very open about sharing about how degenerate your life is, okay? And I've been very supportive. If you want to share your degeneracy, go ahead. That's your business, that's fine. But when there's potentially very negative impacts of that degeneracy, you have to showcase that too, all right? You cannot just showcase the fun and like, I get the free time. That's irresponsible. I don't think you have to play some kind of role model, but at the end of the day, when you are sharing your lifestyle and these things, you are inherently promoting it. You are sharing the things that you're doing with the world. And I think if you're gonna do that, don't stop halfway. Either do it properly or don't do it at all, okay? Because then you're essentially telling your viewers, like, or you're setting the example for your viewers that, like, listen, if you do the things I do, like, you never know. Even if you say things otherwise, just the way you live every day, that's going to play a part. I think it's good to have this conversation, and I think your audience is right. Your diet definitely plays. Anybody who eats disgusting foods knows that when they stop eating disgusting foods and they eat better shit, you feel clearer. Your memory is better, energy levels are better. You're seeing you're stressed. Your stress is not just a mental response to situations. It's also a physiological response to the things that you eat. To think that your body's not catching up to you. Listen, black people are the perfect example. How many niggas do I know who throughout their whole teen years and their early adult life were eating nothing but McDonald's and soda every day? Now there's reasons for that, but still. They did, and they were always in shape. They were some of the best athletes, and guess what happens?
30 happens.
And what happens at 30?
Your metabolism stops. Well, it doesn't stop, it slows down.
So these guys with God-given genetics, where they could eat anything under the sun and they would never get fat, they'd have six-pack abs. They hit 30, their bodies change like this. They age super fast. They start having heart attacks. How many black people do I know who have had heart attacks before the age of 45? Why? High blood pressure, poor dietary choices, all these different things, diabetes that they've inherited or they've gained themselves. These food choices are going to fuck anybody up. There is nobody that's immune. We just convince ourselves we are because, you know, you've stayed skinny for a long time and you've made it work, it's going to catch up with you. And it's catching up with you right now. And you're in denial. You're a bit in denial. Now, I haven't seen the whole video, so it might change. But I'm saying this, I've seen it from so many guys who look fine, who walk around and they drop dead from a fucking heart attack before the age of 45. Why? Because they wanted sodas every day.
Like it's really just stress, and it's a lack of exercise. And so I'm going to exercise and stress out and try to be stressed out less. Like, because it was weird that stress is an insidious killer. I know. Could be hypertension. It is, yeah. And so that's been the position that I've been in, and yeah, I've been trying to just be on and stream as much as I can and everything, and say fuck it, it's fine, but I don't want to kill myself, right? Which is weird, right? Because like I've tried very hard to like kind of move away from like being afraid of like dying and like all that stuff. But man, that day I realized that like, holy fuck, like I was scared, man. I really was.
This is the thing I hear from people that I meet online all the time who very casually talk about death and how they're like fine with it. And I question these people because I'm like, I don't know what you've been through in your life, so I don't want to speak too confidently. But the more you speak, the more I feel like you don't really have much of a relationship with death. People are so flippant about it. Oh, this. And then they come to the terms where like they almost face a car accident or they get robbed at one point, and you see how much they fight to live.
Yeah.
They fight to live.
You say you don't care about death until you poo-poo-soo.
What does that mean?
You shit your pants. You dookie on yourself. You super daddy your pantaloons. Yeah, when that shit happens, hey! All that cute thing, all that cute shit you was talking about, I ain't never scared, yeah? Okay. And then that shit happened, it hits real quick. Oh my God, we almost, yeah.
If you've never watched someone pass on, you really shouldn't speak on this.
I ordered protein bars, and we're drinking water now in between soda, and we've got to make some improvements.
Well, listen, it's improvements.
It is.
Okay? Nobody just goes from just eating trash. So water, protein bars, cool. I support it.
That's it. And so that's where we're at. That's pretty much about it. So I don't want to talk about it a whole lot more or anything like that. It's whatever. Open a Gatorade. I actually did get Gatorade. I got Gatorade as well. Yep, there we go. And yeah, I'm going to change my diet and eat a little bit differently because I don't want to have...
In your mind, that the healthy option is Gatorade. Your parents have failed you miserably, but all throughout your adult life, you failed as well.
To me, this is no less sad than when I see a morbidly obese person just eating away their life, getting really excited because they see a new box of Twinkies. I know people laugh at these people. I literally just feel sad. That's what I think when I see this. When you see those kids that are fat before 7, this is no different. And listen, I'm not going to talk about nobody's parenting. It is what it is. That's your life. It is fucking sad. I don't care what nobody says, but people got diabetes before they're even 19 because their parents fed them trash. When you've been set on this road and then you've kept that road, like, yes, you have some mentality. I just think all of it is sad, okay? And if you guys are watching at home, take control of your lives. Being obese fucking sucks, okay? Take it from somebody who's lost a good 55 pounds already, okay? It is fucking trash. It is. I don't care what nobody says. There's no way, okay? Having to fucking struggle to get out of toilet seats and all that shit, bro, that shit sucks, okay? And being so skinny, I've been so thin before that I had a lung collapse, okay? And if you don't know what that's like, I pray you never find out, okay? When you are gasping for air and it is difficult to breathe and that's hours long, okay? I hope none of you ever experience that.
It's like if you're running around the block and then you try to breathe through a straw.
No, I'll explain exactly what it's like. Try to take a breath. And I chop your neck right every time you even start taking a breath. Every breath is like that. It is. Breathing is so innate in us, you can't even imagine what it's like to not be able to breathe. So, and that's for hours.
The panic is crazy.
And that's the worst thing you could do in that moment, because if you panic, you raise your heart rate like crazy.
And you need more oxygen.
And then you need more oxygen, right? So I had to literally sit there and be like, I had to literally mentally tell myself to calm down just to make it through. It is a frightening thing. And if you don't believe me, this can happen. It's called spontaneous pneumothorax. Okay? Now, this happens to people with certain conditions and people who are incredibly thin. They don't know the reason why, but it just does. Okay? Don't do what I do. Go to the hospital right away. Okay? I'm a fucking retard. Absolutely. Learn from me. Do not do what I do. Okay? Because it could end, and it ends terribly for a lot of people. So
have to go on medication. I think that the first thing, you know, people that go on medication die, in my opinion. Like, I think that, like, there's all these times, like, I know people that are, like, younger than me and they have 5 different medications. That's terrifying. Absolutely fucking terrifying. And so I want to do whatever I can to, like, be able to, like, you know, overcome it physically myself. I think that the human body is made to last. It's made to endure. And I'm 34, right? And so, like, it's going to be a while, right? You know, I've been alive for a while, and a lot of my friends have already had a lot of issues. And so, you know, I think it's the stress, and I've been, like, not getting a lot of sleep in a lot of days, too, with, like, anxiety.
I can speak to this personally. People talk about stress, anxiety. Your food's part of that equation. There's no way around it. You will feel a complete 9-day difference if you spend 2 weeks eating cleanly. It takes some time for your body to kind of get over the sugar highs and lows and all that other shit. But a lot of your lack of sleep, a lot of this stuff, a lot of it's just linked to diet too. Choices, sure. Gaming on a chair every day, not the greatest. No cardio, horrible for your health, right? All these things are factors. You know, it's almost cyclical too. You don't feel good about yourself. So what do? You run to foods that are bad for you. Then they give you a temporary high, but then they make you feel miserable in the long run. And then because they make you feel miserable in the long run, you put in less effort. You walk outside less because you feel bad about how you look. Then you don't eat good foods because you don't want to go take the time to go get the groceries to go do that good shit. And you're doing all these things that are cyclical, and they make it worse.
And then you stress about it, and then you don't sleep, and then blah, 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 blah. It goes all over again.
All over again. And you got to break that cycle. But I'm telling you guys, a large part of it does start with your diet. It does start with your food, and it does start with physical exercise. And physical exercise is not even working out. Some of you guys, the best thing you could do is take walks, and long walks. Walk for an hour, okay? It's one of the lowest impact things you can do. It doesn't necessitate you go to get a gym membership, but I'm telling you, if you guys walk consistently and you got like 15,000 steps, a lot of you would be doing wonders for your cardiovascular system, for your mental health, for your physical health. Walking is one of the biggest keys to a lot of this stuff, but we live such sedentary lifestyles because we live in cities that don't have the ability to walk. We live in cities where you need a car for everything, all this other stuff. So, and he's a person who spends hours gaming or just sitting at his computer desk. That's horrible for you. So if you don't compensate with a lot of walking or whatever it is, you're definitely going to feel that. No thoughts?
The denial is crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a mental illness to me. That state is a mental illness to me. Eating that way, it's a mental illness.
What do you mean mental illness?
Because it comes with denial. It comes with you still indulge in that with all the known facts that we know about food. With everything that we know about food, that's what you decide to do. With all the knowledge that we have, like it's a known fact. What's healthy, what's not. You're living off of beef jerky every day. You don't want to be. That's mental issues. No, I'm doing fine. You're being stressed. All this time that you were saying that you were fine and you were just good and you were not depressed and this and that, come to find out you're stressed. You're not doing well with your life. You're not sleeping well. If it's not mental is maybe pushing it, but that's an illness right there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's what it is. And so there you go. And streaming stressful. I want to make you guys understand this. Okay. This is the least stressful part of my day. I love streaming. I love doing it. It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with the stream. Obviously, chatters can be annoying. Of course. But that's not the real reason, okay, guys? It's really not. I wish it was the reason because it would make it so fucking easy to solve. I would just stream less. So, yeah. That's so good to hear that. Yeah, no, I'm okay. And so I just want to let you guys know. And I've already been making improvements for a few days, and I've already seen a tremendous decline in like those like high spike blood pressure stuff. And you know, like going down today, like just a few minutes ago, it was lower than it pretty much ever has been. And that was like in the middle of my stream, in the middle of discussing all of this stuff, right? And so I do think that I've already made a tremendous amount of improvement, and I hope that I keep making more improvements. And that's what I'm going to keep trying to do. Yeah, so that's about it. I think it's sugar in a soda. Yeah, I really don't want to have to stop drinking soda. I really love soda, but I probably will have to cut back on it. I will. At least until I can get the stress in my life down, right?
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not trying to be. But I'm pissed off when I see shit like that. And the way you take your life and you don't really take it seriously and shit. And the denial just, I would really wish you the best. I hope you get better. I hope you can find it for you to eat better and see what you're doing that is unhealthy and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Why does that piss you off?
Maybe piss me off is a strong word, but it's just the fact that it's kind of as if like I'm listening.
It felt personal. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, it's not. It's just whenever he talks, he's talking to the grand public and saying it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not this. It's not that. Well, you know, there's no problem with that. After a certain amount, I don't get dirty anymore. It's okay just drinking this much sugar, drinking this much. It's okay. The diminishing of the actions is what gets to me. There's a lot of kids that are watching you. There's a lot of people that are watching you and telling you, like, you're broadcasting it. You're not saying, yeah, kids, do exactly what I'm doing. But just the fact that you're diminishing the aspects of all of that shit, whether it's not taking your shit, not showering, not having a well balanced life, and just diminishing the effect of being a fucking shipwreck is what pisses me off. Is I'm like, what are you doing? You're lying to someone. It's either me or it's either yourself. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that lie, you're broadcasting that lie. So, but I really wish that you could recover. You recover. You better yourself.
I agree.
You seek help, because help. It's sometimes it's gonna be hard to do this alone. Sometimes it's gonna feel very overwhelming, especially if you haven't ate a salad in your life.
If you're in denial. Some people think they can do everything by themselves. I see people who run businesses like this, and people think they can run their health like that, and you can't. You've shown it. You can't manage the way you eat. You can't manage your sugar levels, and you've just kind of neglected all these things because you think you're fine, but you don't have the aptitudes or the knowledge to really be able to say that.
Yeah.
You're convinced yourself that, oh, you know, it hasn't really had. No, you've been building up the negative effects, and then one day you're going to do a full blood test. They're going to run through all your. You should do that. Go do a full blood test. Let them look at your hormone levels. Let them look at everything, and you're going to see that a lot of stuff is not in the good ranges. I promise you. You cannot have a bad diet for this long, and your blood work is going to come back good. And what those markers are going to say is you're at risk for a lot of different diseases, and you've heightened those risks. Now, maybe you're okay with that. Maybe you're willing to say, I'm willing to risk death for these things. But it doesn't sound like it. Because once you were faced with death, what did you say? I was afraid. I'm making changes. Go take the blood work. Go do all that stuff. You can afford it. Go do it and find out what the fuck is going on with you. And I say this again, not to be lecture or anything like that. I've just seen too many people around me die young for unnecessary reasons. I had to make those changes myself, okay? During the pandemic, wasn't good for me. I couldn't go dancing. I couldn't do any of my physical activities. Wasn't going outside, and it fucked me up physically and mentally. Okay, started changing the way I eat. Started changing the way I lived, and I've dropped all the weight. That's fine. Looking better, that's fine. But it's actually feeling better, feeling more energy, wanting to go do things, wanting to be motivated, sleeping well every night. It's been life changing. So I want that for you guys as well. I want you guys to live and be there for your loved ones, and for your loved ones to see you a long time, for you to have kids and to do the things that you want to do, okay? Because it's sad. It's sad when you have people that care about you and you have to pass on because you refuse to put down the soda. Most of us have too many people counting on us, and you, Asmongold, I actually think this dude's very intelligent. I hear him on a lot of different topics. I like hearing his takes. He has a lot of good information. He's well thought out. I think it would be such a waste to lose an influential person who's really this good at changing people's minds because they don't want to stop drinking soda. Maybe I'm an asshole for trying to push that. I don't really care. I think you have such a wonderful influence on it. Please put down the soda. Please put down the Twinkie. Beef jerky ain't that delicious. There's better things out there. Why kill yourself over food that's just mid? At least die over something that's really delicious.
Like pussy.
Anything else?
No.
Yeah.